Today's guest was a young star with Dynamo in the Russian Superleague when the Washington Capitals made him the first pick of the 2004 NHL Draft. He won the Calder Trophy as the NHL's top rookie, became the only NHL player to be voted first-team All-Star in his first 5 seasons, and he's won every possible award, including the Hart Memorial MVP Trophy 3 times. He is, as his Caps coach Barry Trotz says, a rock star both here and in his homeland, and I welcome Mr. Alex Ovechkin. Good to have you here, partner.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, you look like you could have been a boxer as built as you are. So when did the love for hockey start for you?
When I was a little kid, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 years old. Probably I just said like I want to play hockey, and here he is. I'm here.
What about the sport as a youngster interested you so much that you knew you wanted to play hockey?
I think it's just the connection with the people, with being a teammate, be around the team. That's probably was a number one thing, like having new friends, obviously. And my mom was an idol, obviously. She was a very good athlete, probably one of the best, and I want to be the best as well. So I love playing any sports, but hockey was my number one.
Well, you're being a little modest in talking about your mom, Tatiana, who was a major star, to say the least, as a basketball star, having won Olympic gold as well. Was there any pressure to try to be a little bit better than mom, a bigger star than mom? That was pretty significant.
She was a star back then, when back to 70s, but you know, it's time has changed, and right now I'm get her awards.
No question. Now, I mentioned wanting to know about making the adjustment when you came to the United States. Mom and Dad happened to be here at the time that we're doing this interview, but does that make the transition a little easier, having some semblance of home here in the U.S. with you?
Yeah, obviously when I came here it was a hard time, but again, when you came here, you see the reaction of the people, you see how people treat you, how people look at you, and the friends became, you know, I have more friends than I used to have. And my first year, like I spent 10 days in George McPhee house. You know, he welcomed me as a family, and you know, have a good relationship with Ted Leonsis and coaches and the trainers. So they helped me a lot.
For those of us who live in the Washington, D.C. area, we certainly are very fond of Mr. Ted Leonsis, as you mentioned, the owner of the Washington Capitals. You couldn't find a finer owner around. How are you dealing with the fact that as a young player, a superstar like you are, clearly in Russia, hockey is huge. Canada, it's huge. But you are the face of the sport here in the U.S. Are you okay with that responsibility on your shoulders to try to be the star for the league?
I don't think it's only one guy carrying this, you know, to be the face or to be the leader of the sports in America. I think it's lots of great players to play on different cities, different teams. So it's nice to be one of them. I hope I'm one of them, but you know, I try to just stay myself and be myself on the ice and off the ice.
How would you characterize the difference between hockey in the U.S. versus hockey in Russia or in Canada, where it's such a major sport?
Yeah, obviously in Canada it's probably the number one sport. Everybody gets crazy, everybody knows about hockey, everything. In Russia it's different because number one sport, I think it's soccer over there. But here in the US, when I came here, it was kind of hard time for us because we was not that good. We just, the organization just rebuilt the team. We have lots of young guys, and I was one of them, and we start growing up as a players and as individuals and as a group. So right now we probably one of the best team in the league, and it's nice to be like since day one when they rebuild and still be here and see how the team grows and how the fans involved and how they support us.
You know, Alex, I really appreciate your team-oriented mindset, that you're one of a number of guys as well. When we come back after this break, I want to talk about what it's like being the face of the organization in the town, Washington, that really is pretty crazy about their hockey. And they've got football, they've got baseball and basketball here, but you guys have a strong following. More with Alex Ovechkin after this. Alex Ovechkin arrived in Washington, D.C., folks, keep in mind, again, he didn't speak a word of English, but he would soon be named captain of the Capitals and be given the keys to the city. So talk about the challenges associated with not knowing the language at all. You mentioned that you stayed with George McPhee, the team's previous general manager. How did you ask for food? I mean, how did you learn any of this? How difficult was it?
I know like couple words, like maybe 20 words, and I tried to listen what the people said about.
20 words, including how to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah, maybe
Okay,
maybe
good.
more, maybe more. But it was hard for me to explain what I want. So one of the story was like we wake up in the morning and everybody have breakfast. So I want a cornflakes, and I forget how to say that. And I came to George and said, "Do you have in Russia we call it chlopia?" And he looked at me, what do you want? Like, just go and find it. So, and I look at it and bring it. That's what I want. And he's telling me like cornflakes, and I would start to remember all the words.
So I would imagine that your kitchen now is loaded with cornflakes.
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah, I'm not
What's
a fan.
your favorite now?
I'm not a fan of breakfast.
Oh, really?
If I have a breakfast, I just have eggs.
As much as you expend in the way of energy, even in practice on the ice, you need some fuel in your system, and you don't really eat breakfast other than eggs, protein, huh?
Yeah, only eggs. But again, on the road, you just want to take 1 hour extra sleep, and you sleep, wake up, go back in the bus, in the practice, and then you have lunch, and then have dinner.
So you make up for it with lunch.
Yeah.
Favorite American food?
Of course, hamburgers.
Love the hamburgers, okay.
Yeah.
As the face of the organization, and I know you're very humble and want to be thought of as a teammate, but you have the responsibility in increasing the popularity of the sport with commercials and the like. So you're doing a lot of commercials. Do your teammates tease you because you're now a big-time actor and commercial star?
Oh yeah, we always make a joke. It doesn't matter if me and commercial or somebody else. We always make a joke about commercials and about how we acting out there. So you have to be really good to do that.
Do you envision yourself ever pursuing a career as an actor at all?
I think I'm not good enough.
Not good enough?
No.
Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty. Well, speaking of good enough now, the team itself, obviously the goal is to get and win a Stanley Cup. Not an easy thing. I know fans are expecting, they're hoping. Do you think you guys have the talent around you that you can seriously compete for that?
Yeah, obviously the last couple of years was hard because I think we have the best team in the league. We won President's Trophy twice, but we don't have results in the playoffs. That's what we need. And right now we have a different team. We have lots of young guys come out from different leagues, and they're stepping up, and they get experience. And I hope the most important thing is just to be in the playoffs, because in the playoffs it's a different hockey and different level of hockey. So and it's much fun to play in the playoffs in the regular year.
What's the toughest part about getting to the playoff round that changes the game of hockey? How would you help the fans understand what that's like?
Well, in the season you have 82 games, right? So if you lose 2 or 3 games, you still have chances to win like 2 and bounce back. In the playoffs, if you lose 4 games, you're out. So every game, every second is very intense, very hard to play, because it's physical, lots of speed, and obviously lots of intense out there.
As talented as you are, what's your drive and determination now? What are you hoping for yourself? I know for the team, but in terms of your aim to get better, what are you hoping for this year with Alex Ovechkin?
Just to play myself, be myself out there. You know, I think it's the most important thing. When you have fun, when you feel like your lines, your team have fun when you're on the ice, it's the most important thing. So I try to drive my teammates, and try to do myself to be the best.
All right, when we come back, I want to find out the teams in the league that you feel are the biggest challenges for you, how, and give the Washington Capitals fans some hope. We'll do that after this. Alex Ovechkin has led the NHL in goals an incredible 6 times, including an astronomical 65 goals, that back in 2008. And in 2015, hockey writer Stephen Birch stated, quote, "He is arguably the best goal scorer in NHL history." Boy, that is pretty high praise. Do you allow yourself to even think about the kind of talent that you have, or do you push that to the side and focus on the game?
Well, I just focus on the game. Obviously, it's my teammates always remind me if it's a milestone come out or I pass something. Yeah, it's we've always said it's history, and it's nice to be in history.
But but it also speaks to the kind of leader that you are on the ice, that your teammates, one, can tease you about it, be excited about it, and help put you in position. That speaks a lot about your leadership role, Alex, absolutely.
Yeah, I try to be the leader on the ice. Most important thing is just do like little things, and if you can score, you just try to make a hit, or you just try to make a right play. But obviously, we have lots of leaders, lots of great players in our team, and it can be only one leader. It have to be every 23 players on the ice and on the bench.
Understand. And in hockey history, the name Wayne Gretzky is still a hallowed name. He was a wonderful ambassador for the game. He wanted everybody to be excited about the game. You recently had dinner not too long ago with Wayne Gretzky. Tell me what that was like. What did you learn from that?
It was a great experience, great time. Obviously, he's a real legend, and when you get a chance to meet him and speak with him and spend time with him, you're gonna remember for a whole your life. And he gave me some advices how I have to play, how I can be better, and he's an unbelievable person as well.
You're very proud of where you come from in Russia. What are you feeling about the fact that your colleagues, unfortunately, will not be able to play in the Olympics in 2018 because Russia is being banned from participating in the Winter Olympics? How badly do you feel for your colleagues?
I feel bad. We have to go because we're athletes. We work hard to just for Olympic Games, and obviously I know lots of athletes who's gonna be out there, and they're still gonna be Russians, but they can wear the Russian uniform.
Pittsburgh Penguins, they continue to be the team that you've got to get through. Talk about what it will take to defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, obviously it's hard matchups against probably one of the best teams in the league, and but it's always fun to play against them. The fans don't like each other, we don't like each other, and it's kind of a big rivalry. Obviously, we don't get success against them, but I think in the future we're going to get it.
Are you excited? Are you seeing signs in America when you travel around to other cities, the popularity of hockey, that it is getting better?
Yeah, of course. Every time when we go on the road, lots of people wearing the Washington Capitals jerseys, and we get recognized on the streets. And how I said, in Canada, it's unbelievable how the people love hockey. But here, it's everybody loves baseball, basketball, football. But right now, popularity of hockey is growing, and it's nice to be part of it.
Isn't it nice, though, to have players from other sports, be it basketball, football, know who you are and the excitement associated with you as well, too?
Yeah, it's great. I'm pretty sure they watch lots of news, and they read the magazines, and it's nice to when somebody recognizes you, and after the game or during the game they give you 5 or say what's up. It's very, very impressive.
For all those who do watch the sport, we're going to come back after this break and talk a little bit more about Alex and what his ultimate goals are, not only for the team. Clearly, we know that includes a Stanley Cup, but we'll dig a little deeper as well as we continue with Alex Ovechkin here on The James Brown Show. Alex Ovechkin has said, "Everything I do, I have to win. I have to win, and it's all about the team." So, Alex, I understand that when you're on the ice, as a matter of fact, your father has commented that although you are very calm, laid back, easygoing right now, on the ice, there's fire in your eyes when you're playing. So you can flip that switch and become serious on the ice, huh?
Yeah, but you have to be serious and you have to have fun. On the ice, it's a total different world. No friends out there. You have only your teammates, and you have one goal to win the games and move forward.
Aside from winning, help us understand how you can have fun on the ice, because despite your big, strong physical size there are guys out there looking to take your head off as well, too, as they try to win. So how do you have fun on the ice?
So I just play my game, you know. Again, it's very important when you have already good connections on the ice with your line mates, and everybody understand each other, like how we have to play, what we have to do in certain situations. And it's all about who's going to take first hit, or you let you hit you, or you're going to hit first.
Is there a Russian community here in the Washington area at all where you can go and feel at home and be able to converse with other Russians?
Yeah, I have lots of friends here who speak Russian. You know, this is my 12th year here, so I know lots of people who been in Russia or Ukraine, and we have a really good relationship.
So I have to share this as we go to break. So when I was doing hockey at Fox, I made sure to study all the names so I could pronounce them correctly. And when I did my Stanley Cup, I know it was the New Jersey Devils, so we were up in New Jersey, and I felt that I finally arrived when there were a number of kids in the stands who held up a poster, and it said, "James Brown, Godfather of Goal." I said, yes, I've made it. I've got it on my wall at home. As I'm looking, you do have a ring on your finger, so you're happily married. So not only do you have great moves on the ice, you have some great moves off the ice.
Yes.
How did you meet Nastasia?
I met her at the Olympic Games 2008, winter in Beijing.
In Beijing, okay.
Yeah, and you know, we lost.
Okay, who saw who first?
I did.
You saw her?
Yeah.
Okay, and your approach on the ice to her was what?
Ask her, let's go dance. So we dancing, and then we lost connection, and I just a couple of years ago, maybe like 4 years ago, I texted her on Instagram and what's up, how's everything, and we start dating, and here it is. She's living with me.
Alex, wait a minute. You guys went out dancing.
Yeah.
During the Olympic Games?
Yeah, because I was a fan of the Olympic. Like,
no, I understand. And you all lost connection for how long?
Almost like 6 years, 7 years.
And how did you reconnect?
Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Boy, thank goodness for social media, huh?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, did Sergey help you to reconnect with her then?
Yeah, Sergey found her.
He found her for you. So how did you know, and did she have as much affection for you as you did for her then?
Yeah, obviously we start talking about, start remember what we did, and she was young back then, like she was 14, and but again, there was a great time, and right now we sometimes we just have fun when we remember that, and lots of stories.
So you played much better defense, and you didn't let her get out of your eyesight then after that?
No, she's take care of me too.
Good. That's all I want to hear then. So that means you're good on the ice and off the ice. Alex, thank you so very much for your time. I pray for the success of the Washington Capitals, because I know they are.
Thank you.
They have a strong following here in the Washington area and indeed around the country. Yeah. Alex Ovechkin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. That wraps up this edition of the James Brown Show with our guest, Mr. Alex Ovechkin. We'll see you next week on another edition of the James Brown Show.